One of the statistics which do stand out is that, and it's quite alarming to see that colon cancer, which was once associated mainly with older individuals, is now also affecting younger people. I think around 30% of patients at Apollo hospitals are below the age of 50. What factors contribute to this shift, and how can early detection and intervention strategies be improved to combat this trend?
The increasing colon cancer is actually very, very scary. Again, I will go back to the type of food we are eating. We are eating processed food. There is a huge lack of fiber in our diet, a huge lack of protein in our diet. We do not like to get colonoscopy done in people who have high family risk of malignancy. We are seeing increase in GI malignancy, including the upper GI and lower GI in vegetarians, which is a very, very strong indicator that there is a genetic proponent. And it is added upon by, again, smoking and lack of diet and lack of awareness. How do we correct it? Advocate colonoscopy. Like, for example, in the US, colonoscopy once in 3 years is mandatory part of every insurance. We do not have that type of a protocol in India. Colonoscopy is a little cumbersome to do, so people avoid doing it.
The screening rates for cancer in India are strikingly low compared to the global standards, Dr. Srividya. Why are screening rates so low? What is the importance of it? And what steps do we need to take in order to enhance screening?
The most important thing about screening is that people are afraid. I go and find out, then something will come up, and then I don't want to know that I have some problem. For example, cervical cancer is one of the biggest cancer in women at a younger age group associated with a viral infection. And most of these viral infections are asymptomatic. Pap smear has been part of our screening program, mass screening program in India for the last 20, 30 years that I know of since I have been in medical school. We can write theses and theses on it. But adoption of pap smear even today is around 5 to 6%. But because of the prevalence of vaccine and adoption of vaccine, the cervical cancer rate has come down. So the screening program has to be very robust, very focused. Pick up your family history, whatever is your risk factor. Do a focused screening. Say if it is colon cancer, upper GI cancer, breast cancer, do not run away from screening. Early solution means no complications. We cannot live in a world where we close our eyes and think it is dark everywhere.
Okay, all right, fair enough. That point is taken. Well, we shouldn't probably behave like an ostrich in that case. But disparities in healthcare guidelines, such as, say, the PSA threshold for prostate cancer screening, that's been noted in the report as well. How can these guidelines be adapted to better suit the Indian demographic, and what challenges need to be overcome in this process?
The PSA study per se has been done on Indian population of almost 1 lakh asymptomatic men with prostatic specific antigen test in their lab, in the part of the health check. The most astonishing thing which has come out of this is we found that younger age people, the cutoff for abnormal PSA is also lower. So it is not one range of reading for everybody from 40 to 80. The older the age, higher is the cutoff for PSA. We have to adapt it into our system once we have the validation from the oncology societies and the urology society. We are waiting for that, because all these days we were doing this PSA range cutoffs using a very small Caucasian data, which is not even applicable to the Indians. So the astonishing thing which came is that we do not have to crucify all our elderly people who got a marginally elevated PSA thinking, oh, they are at a high risk for cancer. Similarly, we will not be missing out on our younger men because their cutoff is much lower than the actual range.